Hello, Geeksters, and welcome to RPGeeks. My name is Josh, and today we are playing Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars RPG in our campaign titled Jedi Civil War, Session 1. Go ahead and check out our Facebook and Twitter pages for more information on rpgeeks.com and YouTube channel for other games and past sessions. And now, here's your Galaxy Master, Dan.
Thank you very much, Josh. This is session one of a brand new Star Wars campaign. I'm very excited to bring everyone. But first, quick shout out to tabletopaudio.com for providing some background audio for the games, and also to Colin, who does all the artwork for everything that you see on our stream. So thank you for that. Now, a quick intro of everyone who's playing. Once again, I'm Dan, the Galaxy Master for the Star Wars Jedi Civil War. You have Greg playing the human named Jay, Colin playing a Togruta named Kmatz, Josh playing a Keldor named Baran, Jack playing a human named Kalor, and Dennis playing a Miraculin named Magnus. Alright, few things to start off. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold still, so hopefully it won't be too distracting. But a little bit about the game. On the side of the stream overlay, you will see the dice roller. It's a little bit different than the other game that we're playing, Starfinder, in that, one, there will be no maps. This is all in the theater of the mind, so to say. Two, the dice system is pretty unique for FFG. They don't have just the standard DC to beat whenever you make a roll. Each dice roll includes both the ability and the difficulty in it, and the symbols that result determine the success or failure of what you're trying to do. So you'll see a little bit. Dice roll, for instance, at the top shows 4 success symbols, 2 threat symbols, and 1 triumph. We'll explain those as the game goes on, but for the most part, that roll is a very successful roll. Now, a little bit about the setting we're in. This is a special alternate universe game. The setting is Star Wars, and the timeline is around the time of Episode 3, except for one big change. The way I'm running this game is as if when Mace Windu went to confront Chancellor Palpatine for his treachery against the Republic, he was actually smart, and he brought Anakin with him, instead of letting Anakin come later and letting Palpatine manipulate him to his own ends. So what resulted is that Chancellor Palpatine revealed his treachery, reveals himself as Darth Sidious, still attacks the Jedi who have come to arrest him. He kills 3 of them, but Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker successfully apprehend him and arrest him and bring him in as a traitor to the Republic. The game will start 1 year later when a public a public event is taking place. The trial of former Chancellor Palpatine has come to an end. He has been convicted of being a traitor to the Republic, and thus is going to be executed publicly on Coruscant. So this is where we join our characters, our group, and in turn I will let everyone describe their own characters. Any information about your master or your background as well. And we will start with Josh playing the Keldor named Baran.
Yes, his name is Baran Tim, Keldor Jedi Padawan. He completely trusts the Force to guide him. He's willing to fight for what is just and is always ready to defend the innocent. He is, however, a cautious fighter and prefers to plan and use words over using a lightsaber, but isn't afraid to jump in if he needs to. He was born with silver eyes on his home planet of Doran. His father was a devout follower of the Barando, but the community, and mostly his family, decided to send him to the Jedi Temple instead of following his father, which has created a divide between them. Father and son do not cooperate. Even still, Baran learned the Jedi teachings. He made close friendships with a few choice friends, I'm sure will come up, both in the classroom and on the battlefield with his clone troopers at his side.
All right. Thank you very much, Josh. That is an intro to Baran Tem. Whoever would like to introduce their character next? Colin,
Greg.
You want to go?
Sure, yeah. So I'm playing I'm playing Kamatz, who she is a liberated slave from Zagaria. She was liberated at a very young age, but she had spent a lot of time working on computers and doing data work in her slave times, and so she, ends up. They kind of figure out that she's Force sensitive, and she, goes off to the Jedi Temple, and she spends a lot of time as a Sentinel during the Clone Wars, kind of going with her master around to various missions, and won't talk too much about, exactly who and what she did during that time yet, just because we'll leave that up to, chance to whether or not you know that at all here. So, she, during her time, though, picked up a few dirty habits, but she mostly is really frustrated with her master right now, because he left her to sort of, die and fend for herself on Tatooine, and go off and do a mission on his own. And so she's just, working her way through the galaxy here, trying to find some purpose, while being a Sentinel for the time being.
All right, thanks, Colin. Greg, would you like to introduce your character next, then?
Oh, this is all kinds of fun. If I'd known we were going to go this far, I would have actually prepared.
Gotta give the elevator pitch.
Yep.
Gotta
That's always great.
From the heart, man.
What's left of it? No. Jaredun is... Again, this is all kinds of fun. He is
nothing like a good... Sorry, go on, Greg.
He is one of the survivors of the attacks of the Jedi temples when there were the... What was it, like nano-suicide bombers?
It was basically just the nano-droid explosives.
Yeah, nano-droid explosives.
From the Clone Wars, if anyone wants to see it.
Yeah. Won't go into who actually was all behind that, because, spoilers. But as of now, he is covered in horrific burns, even after being in bacta tanks to heal himself. He much prefers to actually have his face in a book instead of actually fighting, and has a unique talent for misdirection force powers. And recently, he's been able to finally actually hold a lightsaber again, so we'll just see how things go from there.
Nice. All right, Dennis or Jack?
Sure. My character is Keller Fenn. He is a human who was an orphan and was mostly raised by the Jedi in the beginning, and then by his master, who really taught him what he believes, which is a separation of the Force and the Jedi. That the Force is a natural phenomenon and is something that cannot be directly controlled. And that's he has a tendency to kind of feel that the Jedi Order is a bunch of politicians rather than people who embrace the Force. But so mostly he's kind of an explorer. He isn't very much for the Jedi Order. He prefers to just wander the galaxy and see where the Force leads him. Yeah.
All right. And Dennis?
Mine's kind of short and sweet.
That's fine.
He's a no nonsense Jedi. His master was a general in the Clone Wars who was killed. My character has very deep regrets of that tragic death, and it made him a little bit more hardened. So he doesn't take a lot kindly to Sith or any of the evil ilk so well. His background, he came from he was taken away from his parents when he was young to the Jedi Academy, and he hasn't really seen his parents since. It's mainly because his powers were kind of out of control. So just to save himself and not be corrupted, he was taken away. So now I'm with his merry band and to dispatch justice.
Hear, hear.
All right. And that is the group. We have J.R. Dune, Kamatz the Togruta, Baron Tem, Calorfan, and Magnus the Mirialan. Now to set the scene, like I said before, it has been 1 year since the discovery of Chancellor Palpatine as the traitor, and the Jedi realized that he was the Dark Lord, Darth Sidious. Since that fateful night, Chief Palpatine has been under trial as a traitor to the Republic, and a lot of information has come out because of this trial, mostly revealing to the public that he orchestrated many of the events leading up to the Galactic Civil War against the Separatists. He worked alongside Count Dooku to manipulate the politics as well as the economic situation of the galaxy, and finally the actual events of the war itself. That being said, at this point, Count Dooku is still dead. That still did happen in Episode 3. So,
Spoilers.
if you haven't seen Star Wars Episode 3, then you'll be very confused through much of this.
I'm assuming Grievous as well.
Yes, Grievous has been destroyed. Count Dooku has been killed, but the Separatists, after learning of the treachery at the head of the Republic, they regained strength. In fact, several worlds in the Republic actually choose, instead of keeping with the Republic, they choose to separate and join the Confederacy. So this serves to further split the galaxy during this time of war. A lot of ground has been lost by the Republic during this past year. Again, due largely in part to the chaos that resulted during the trial of Chancellor Palpatine, as well as the other worlds who decided that the corruption of the Republic, which had been revealed, was too much for them to handle, and they either join the Separatists, the Confederacy, or a few of them also join the independent worlds led by Mandalore, who do not have a part in the war, but are still outside of the Republic. So, you have the three large sort of political factions that rule the galaxy in the remains of the Republic, the Confederacy and the Separatists, and then the independent systems, which are mostly, like it says, independent, but they do look to Mandalore for a little bit of leadership in amongst themselves. As far as the actual date, the party, this group of Padawan, find themselves on Coruscant after being called due to this momentous occasion. It is the execution of the traitor, former Chancellor Palpatine. You are being brought into the city to the Senate building, and in front of the Senate building, you see a large platform that has been erected for this occasion. On top of the platform is the execution equipment, which, if any of you have seen Clone Wars, it's similar to the beheading equipment in one of the later seasons on Clone Wars. Basically, it is a device that the person is made to kneel in front of. There's a power set below. And then two tongs that raise up. And this creates a sort of a ray shield at first. The criminal who's being executed is made to put their head into the ray shield. It allows the object to pass through. So he kneels there, listens to their sentence, and then an electric pulse is sent through the shield that then beheads them. And you are being brought to the square in front of the Senate building, along with many other Jedi, as well as thousands of citizens who have been gathered to bear witness to the occasion, to the event. To start off, you see you mill amongst the Jedi, your fellow Padawan, as well as the masters themselves, and the citizens who are bearing witness to the occasion. You feel the general air of general air of dread, but anticipation, a little bit of an anxiety, just kind of wondering. Everyone's wondering what now, what happens after this. The Senate, the Republic is in shambles. The Senate is chaotic with the new election of a chancellor still having not taken place. Senators are pointing fingers and accusing each other of corruption, of being being in cahoots with the traitor to the Republic, and everyone is just kind of standing by, wondering when their lives might be able to continue again. So, in the moments leading up to the start of the ceremony, I will let you all roleplay a bit if you want to talk to each other or to others.
I think Baran would be standing back a ways. He wouldn't want to be close to the front.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be next to my master is fine.
Sure.
If there's anything any comments he has.
Sure. He mostly stays quiet to himself. This is something that the Jedi have not really dealt with in their history very much. So he is staying mostly quiet and to himself. But you do notice...
Yeah. I was going to say, I'll stay quiet as well.
You do notice on the platform with the where the execution will take place, along with all the equipment that's up there, you see like a few guards, but you also see several Jedi who are already seated and waiting for everything to begin. Among them are Mace Windu, Quinlan Voss, and those are the two that you would definitely recognize right off the bat.
Okay.
But there are, again, still several Jedi who are seated up there. Mostly Jedi who are higher ups, people who have been in the Clone Wars for all 4 years at this point, and the Jedi High Council as well.
Okay.
You're gonna see Kamat's sitting in a corner somewhere, peering over her drink, surveying the room, and just sort of scowling, and with the irritation, and as she watches the events unfold here, looking to make sure that no threats are showing up here.
All right. She's just taking a little bit of a survey of the situation.
Yes.
If you want to roll a perception check, I'll let you do that now.
Okay.
And so now we'll get a good look at the dice system.
Yes.
If you want to direct
All right.
attention over roll 20. For the dice pool, so you have your character sheet, right?
Yep, I do. I have what my role should be for perception. What is the difficulty?
Difficulty.
The difficulty in this case would just be a regular 2. Is an average thing you're doing, and it's something that most people would be able to, get a good idea of on their own.
Okay. So I'll roll that.
Wait, give me a quick second. Make sure that the GM pool is not.
You need 2 purple, not 2 black.
I fixed it for you, so you can roll again.
Okay. Sorry.
Well.
So,
there's the first roll of the night.
Chaotic, sometimes the FFG dice system can be. You can see here that Colin rolled 2 green dice and 2 yellow dice for his ability. Basically, the number of dice that he rolled here for is determined by his statistic, which in this case would be cunning, I believe.
Yes.
And then the 2 of those dice are yellow, which means he has 2 ranks in the perception skill. Some of the symbols that you see on the dice, there's that little kind of scoop with a dot in the middle. That is what's known as advantage. This does not contribute to the success of what he's trying to do, but it does actually give an added bonus instead. So, the fact that he has 3 of those means that he gets actually a pretty good bonus, but he still fails at what he's trying to do. And he fails because the explosion symbol is what would be known as a success. The symbol on the other yellow die, which is close to the Jedi symbol, a circle with a shining lightsaber going through it, that is a triumph. Now, a triumph does count as 1 success, but it also counts as another huge side bonus, kind of like an automatic critical. And on the 2 purple dice, you see those upside down triangles. Those are failures. So the 2 purple dice are what I assigned him to his difficulty. He rolled 3 failures on the roll. He got 1 success and 1 triumph, which means he kind of has 2 successes, but because he does not have enough to end up with 1 after the success and failure are canceled out, he failed at the specific thing he was trying to do. Which means, Komets, as you are looking around the gigantic crowd, it's very difficult for you to get an actual good look at what's going on around you. You're being kind of jostled a little bit from side to side. Everyone's anxious and moving around, and you can't really, like I said, you can't really get a good bead on anything around you other than those directly next to you. But with the 3 advantage, I would say that you do catch the eye of a vendor who has taken it upon his capitalistic self to join the crowd and start selling alcoholic beverages. He is crying out to the crowd, advertising his wares of various beers, ales, and a couple of harder items as well. He catches your eye. He points to you and he asks you if there's anything that you would like. In addition, you also have the Triumph. So if there's anything that you want to use the Triumph for, let me know.
Free drink.
Yeah, can he be so enticed by me that he, gives me a free bottle here?
Everybody gets one.
My jacket is very cool.
Yeah. So he comes around. He sees you sipping a little bit from the container that you have. What is it, a flask or a bottle? Or
yeah, I have numerous flasks across my utility belt.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So he
sort of hangs
up with a raised eyebrow, and he says to you, "A Jedi Padawan with a little bit of a sippy cup there. It's interesting. I never knew that you were the kind who would partake. What do you have in there, may I ask?"
All sorts of whiskey, and particularly the special one I'm drinking right now. I kind of slosh the gourd I have in my hand at him, but I am running a bit low. Do you mind, refilling a gal?
Whiskey?
Oh yes, only the premium.
Only the premium. I think I've got just the thing for you. Here, let me. Goes rummaging in his bag. You see a few bottles that are just hanging from a couple of sashes, and you can tell he's looking for something pretty deep in his bag, though. And he brings out a bottle of fine Corellian whiskey.
Oh.
You haven't gotten a chance to try in a long time.
I give him a stranger hug. I'm like,
Don't touch me.
yeah, like the couple inches of space at least, but still.
He brings us out and he gives you a wink, and he says, "Because I've never seen a Jedi Padawan drink, and because of the joyous occasion that is about to take place today, the execution of the traitor to the Republic, I will be generous and let you have this for free."
I appreciate it.
And then
I'm just gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and move away from him after that. Okay.
And he moves through the crowd, continuing to sell his
All
wares.
right. Can't do much after that here.
Yeah. And if anyone else would like to do anything, you're all milling about. And I believe Baron, and Magnus, you've worked alongside together on a few missions in the Clone Wars, and so Baron, I'll say that through the crowd you managed to catch. You see Magnus's tall stature, a little bit ways off in the crowd.
Okay. I'm personally going to stay quiet.
Right, sure.
Zunhei.
If there's nothing that anyone else like to do, we can move on to the ceremony.
Keeping vigil.
Go for it.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm set.
So everyone else is, again, still moving about, waiting for the ceremonies to start. You hear a trumpet fanfare play a dark and foreboding tune, and then you see a few Jedi temple guards who are alongside a few clone lieutenants, clone soldier lieutenants, and they are escorting the traitor, Sheev Palpatine, from the Senate building up to the platform where the execution is to take place. His walk is slow and methodical. The temple guards and the clone lieutenants are, they are making him walk fairly slowly. He has his hands bound behind his back, and he looks upon the crowd with an evil smirk as he is walking up the stairs of the platform and then finally to the execution device, where he is made to kneel down and place his head into the ray shield. And Mace Windu stands up and begins to read off the crimes against the Republic. Mace Windu reads off, first off, the crime of conspiracy against the Republic and the evidence therein, the crimes that he had committed both before, during, and throughout the entirety of the Clone Wars. His conspiracy, along with Count Dooku, to start the war and keep it going, and committing several crimes against the various worlds of the Republic in doing so. Finally, after the long litany of crimes for which he is to be punished, Mace Windu reads out the final words. For these crimes, former Chancellor Sheev Palpatine is to be executed by beheading for being the traitor against the Republic. It is this time that one of the clone lieutenants wielding an electro staff, along with a Jedi temple guard wielding the same weapon, both twirl their staves, whack it against the execution device, sending the electric pulse through the device and taking off the head of Chancellor Palpatine, to a tremendous roar and fanfare throughout the square.
Yay!
I golf clap. Yeah, I give a slow golf clap.
Sip.
Baron, you hear your master next to you just sort of sigh in a little bit of not quite defeat, but apprehension.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell his emotions for this entire time have been anxious, and he's glad that it's finally over, but does not know what will come next.
As you have taught me, Master, trust in the Force.
You're right, Baron. Trust in the Force is the most important thing we can do right now. But still, sometimes it's a little bit hard to see where the next turns will take you. And he sighs again. And after the fanfare dies down, you see Anakin Skywalker, who's up on the platform. He stands up to give a few words as well.
Oh shit.
Walks up to the.
Please let that be in character.
Of course it was.
He walks up to the podium, and the mic captures his voice as he begins to speak. Growing up as a slave on an outer rim planet, and then as a Jedi Padawan at the temple here on Coruscant, I saw life on two different sides of society. On one hand, here on Coruscant, a strong central democracy led to prosperity and stability for billions of citizens. On the other hand, the reach of that democracy, weakened with distance, corruption, and discord, was unable to serve its most downtrodden people. I learned that the idea of a galactic-wide democracy, with each planet having a say in the matters the government ruled on, was in fact naive, and that strength and unity was what would drive this galaxy forward. The corruption and discord that festers in the heart of representative government is what caused the galaxy to fracture and rot into the pathetic, chaotic state we all see today. It's been 1 year since we uprooted the greatest pocket of such corruption from our midst, and it's been 4 years since we started this war to unify our galaxy once again, and there is no way I will allow our progress to be undone by the same weak, corrupt government that brought us to this time of disarray in the first place. He takes a quick breath, and everyone standing there is kind of silent in disbelief. No one really quite knows what's going on, what this speech is beginning. But those who have an eye out can notice that you see at the edges of the group a platoon of clone troopers who is beginning to they are beginning to march into place around the square. At this point, Anakin continues to speak. The Jedi Order is no better. For millennia, we have deemed ourselves the great peacekeepers of the galaxy. Well, if that were true, then we have failed at our jobs. For 4 years now, we have fought in this war across the galaxy, but we have nothing to speak for these efforts except for death on our souls and blood on our hands. There is a split in the Order between those who value peace at all costs and those who value justice. Those who are not afraid to do what it takes to unify our galaxy are held back by those who would let it shatter to avoid confrontation. I'd like to make an announcement to the galaxy. The Galactic Senate is no more. From this day forth, the senators and chancellor have no authority. I am creating a new government. The galaxy will be ruled by the sovereign, and I will lead this galaxy into a future of peace and prosperity myself. Furthermore, I am banishing the Jedi Order from this planet and from all positions of power forever. It was the Jedi who let this evil traitor infiltrate our government, and it was the Jedi Order who were manipulated into fighting this war by the traitor himself. At this point, you see the clone troopers take up position surrounding the square completely, and several of the Jedi who are up on the platform stand up and walk behind Anakin in solidarity. He closes with this. Let me assure those who would stand for the Republic of one thing. Anyone who stands in our way. He lifts his hand up, and you see the head of former Chancellor Palpatine rise up from its spot. Anyone who stands in our way, the way of the Sovereign, will be crushed. And the head is crushed into a bloody, pulpy mess of bone, flesh, and brain. He lets it drop in front of the platform. And at this point, chaos erupts. The citizens who are in the square start kind of going crazy with disbelief. You see several Jedi ignite their lightsabers, who begin standing for justice, or standing against Anakin and the group of Jedi that he has at his side up on the platform.
I blaze my lightsaber also.
All right.
Son of a bitch! I stand up.
All right, you stand.
Definitely gonna walk towards them as well here. Just limping on my staff here.
I'm just kind of like, this is why I don't get involved in politics.
I'm just looking around like, is there an exit nearby? I don't need to see this.
All right.
This is why I don't fight.
Barn, you see your master next to you, right, or Malku? He hangs his head down a little bit, and he mentions, "I knew I had a feeling about today."
I'm going to real quick. I want to interject.
Yeah.
Can I do 4C?
You want to do a 4C check?
I do want to do a 4C check.
Okay. Let us do the first force check of the game. So the GM pool is blank now. Let me.
Okay.
I guess all you would have to do at this point is roll your force die, see what comes up, see what force power is available to you right now, and depending on what you roll, we'll let you go from there.
Okay. So and again, so since force rating is 2, you roll 2 dice, right?
Yep.
Yes, since your force rating is 2, you roll 2 of the force die.
All right, here we go.
All right,
hey,
so
there you go.
You have 2 light side points and 1 dark side point.
Well, I don't want to use the dark side, obviously. Let's focus on the light.
Sure. So you can throw away the dark side portion. You have 2 light side points left. I believe with 4C...
I get, for each force I'm using, I get a vague hints of events to come, up to a day into his own personal future.
All right.
So I guess I'll just do it twice to get 2 different, or to 2 things, I guess.
Okay. So with GM, as GM, I'm going to twist this a little bit. You see, the first thing that you see as you attempt to meditate. Actually, I am going to make you do one more roll. Do a discipline check right now. You're trying to meditate on the force in the midst of this utter chaos that's going around you. So it's a discipline check. 2 difficulty, because you've done this quite often, but with the distractions around you, they're going to be 2 setback dice, so 2 black dice.
So we have a failure.
Okay, you have a failure. This is what happens as you try to meditate on the force. You see the you hear the people around you shouting. You can sense those around you running around in utter chaos. The emotion of the situation overcomes you, and you do get a glimpse with the 4C, though. You get a glimpse, not of yourself. You get a glimpse of the galaxy at large. The chaos of the war that's ravaging the galaxy washes over you, and you see clones and droids continuing to fight. You see people uprooted from their families, from their homes, and finally, at the end of this, you see a ship going through hyperspace, but you can sense that something is wrong with how it's traveling. It arrives above a planet. You don't recognize the planet just from the sights, just from what you see. You can tell that it is a green, verdant world. And as soon as it exits hyperspace above you, you feel a sense of dread overcome you, and then the vision ends.
Okay. I'm going to come back. Master, I don't think it's wise to stay here.
You see Ryder looking ahead, straight at Anakin Skywalker. He shakes his head a little bit, but then he looks back down at you and he said, "Well, as you heard, we're banished from this planet, so I can definitely agree with you on that."
Okay.
After a few minutes pass of this chaos, you hear the voice of Quinlan Voss, one of the Jedi Masters, who is standing with Anakin in solidarity. I swear I can speak. He calls out through the podium.
Don't lie to the people.
Yeah, it's not cool to lie.
Any Jedi who wish to stand down and leave this planet peacefully after being banished, we will let you do so without any fighting. But if you choose to stand against us for the Republic, we will capture you, and we will take you down. At this point, you see Mace Windu, who is already up on the platform, ignite his lightsaber, and begin dueling with Anakin Skywalker, as well as a few others who are on the platform. Josh, your master, Malku, looks back at you and says, if we're allowed off this planet peacefully, I guess we should get ourselves to a ship. And he leads you through the crowd.
Okay. I'll follow him.
All right. Jack.
Yes.
Kaller, it's Kaller, right? I keep messing up your character's name.
Yeah, Kaller, like Valor.
Yeah. Kaller's master is actually, your master's actually been there the entire time. He's just been very silent and kind of judgmental about the whole situation.
Sounds like him.
Especially since he's been called back to Coruscant for the first time in like 40 years, just for this event. He finally pipes up, just kind of looks at you, gives you a wink, and says, "Politics, right?"
Right. How about we let's get out of here.
Yeah. I've got a ship that's a little bit further away, but maybe if they're letting us leave, maybe we can grab a ship from the Jedi Temple.
Sounds good.
All right. He leads you through the crowd as well, and the other three, the three without masters currently. What are you doing?
Going as quickly as I can to get a ship as well.
All right. Greg, I want you to make a special check. This is going to be the start of your personal story. So why don't we make a knowledge lore check?
Oh, goody.
Hopefully something you're good at.
You better be good at it.
I am quite good at it.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear
also, Also, I remove a setback if I get any.
Alright, the difficulty of this check, it's going to be 3 difficulty with 2 setback for the crowd. I believe you said that an ability of yours takes 1 setback out, so it'll be 1 setback only. Then.
Do we have any destiny points I can use?
I haven't rolled destiny yet. I'm leaving that out of this current session.
Alright, well.
At this point, we can roll destiny at another point.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey! Straight up 3 success, no advantage, no threat, anything else. So you, after listening to everything that's been going on, your mind immediately goes to one thing that you are very concerned about at this point. And that is the Jedi Archive.
Yep.
With the Jedi being banished, obviously in this chaos, it seems like they don't intend for the Jedi to be taking anything. But you know that there is such a wealth of information in there that something needs to be done if the Jedi are to leave the planet. You have a couple of ideas of some specific items in the Jedi archive that you want to grab first and foremost, but you'll have to make your way there before doing anything else.
Then I will head there immediately.
All right, so you head to the Jedi archive. Kamats, you're milling through the group, and you see a couple other Jedi who are igniting their lightsabers and joining the fight alongside Mace Windu to resist Anakin and his sovereign would-be rulers. At the same time, however, you do see several of the clone troopers who surrounded the square begin firing on these resistors, and in between are caught the citizens who were there just to witness the event in the first place.
Yeah, so Kamat's, just by nature sort of meanders her way out into the crossfire between the resistors and these clone troopers, and kind of like positions herself facing the clone troopers, expecting, internally expecting to get hit with blaster fire at some point, and just watching and waiting for that to come to fruition here.
All right.
So
I'm gonna have you roll a lightsaber check right now. The check is going to be 3 difficulty as well, and with the chaos around you of the chaos around you that's going on right now, citizens running every which way. Since you're a little bit more used to battle, it's going to be 1 setback instead of 2. But that'll be the roll.
so three of the
3 difficulty.
yeah, okay, and 1.
And
Okay.
actually, instead of that, I'm not going to give you a setback. What I'm going to give you is, because you are in range of so many civilians who are kind of running around chaotically, who are running around in chaos. Instead of giving you a setback, I'm going to upgrade one of the purple dice to a red one, because you do have the chance of mistakenly hitting someone you don't want to.
That's fair. All right, so 2 purple, 1 red.
Purple, 1 red, yeah.
All right.
Clear that
You
out.
handily succeed.
You didn't roll at all.
He didn't roll the red.
The red
So
didn't show up, so just roll a
That's
red
odd.
one separately.
Okay. See if I can. Wait, what?
So just two disadvantage.
We'll do the two disadvantage.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
So you succeed at what you're doing, and that is you stand in front of the citizens, the innocent people who are caught in the crossfire, and you can explain yourself what happens from there.
Yeah, so as she stands in between the crossfire, all the fire that was directed at these resistors, just kind of like lazily, brandish her lightsaber, and it just knocks off as she kind of tilts and back and forth, just deflecting back at the clone troopers. So very nonchalantly, even listfully, making some maneuvers here.
Yeah. You can see the Togruta, stumble forward and back, side to side, in a drunken state. But every subtle movement she makes somehow directs her pike lightsaber to deflect one of the blaster bolts away from the innocents in the crowd, and back towards the clone troopers who are shooting. And anyone who witnesses this is kind of amazed at the sheer, it looks very haphazard and immature, but it ends up being every movement perfect to save the people behind her. And
Yeah, so at that point, she's going to be like, well, we got to, sort of look back at the resistors, like, what are you still standing here for? Let's go. And sort of try and rush off with these resistors.
A few of the Jedi who were standing there, you recognize a couple of Padawans and 1 master who were resisting. They were beaten back by other clone troopers shooting at the group, and the couple who are there, when you address them, they kind of nod their heads and say, we need to get off this planet. There's no way that we're gonna be able to do this now. And
Damn right.
You head towards the Jedi Temple to get your ship and get off the planet. And Dennis, playing Magnus, you. Let me see. You are again. Like the others, you're kind of caught in the middle of all this chaos that's going around, and you see Anakin as well as the other sovereign former Jedi who are fighting against Mace Windu and a small collection of other Jedi, and as well as the clone troopers who are closing in on those who are still in the square, just making sure that anyone who is fighting is captured. Everyone who is not fighting is escorted towards a location that you currently can't see. So that's the situation around you right now.
Okay. I look over at Josh's character and kind of make a gesture like, "What are we waiting on? Let's take him out."
That is not wise.
Yeah,
Keep moving.
As you make the gesture over to Baran and his master Malku, you see Malku look over at you, and then he turns around and starts walking out of the square with Baran at his side.
All right, I'll look over towards Anakin and that battle and see how if he's like cutting them all down.
You see Anakin fighting alongside Quinlan Voss and a few other Jedi, and from what you can see, actually roll a perception for me. 2 difficulty with 2 setbacks.
Difficulty with the cherry on the top.
Yeah.
Right, give me a second here. Alrighty, let's see. And that was what was that again? Perception, you said?
Yeah, perception.
Oh gosh. 2 difficulty, you say?
Yeah, 2 difficulty and 2 setback. So it's 2
And 2 setback. Don't forget the setback.
2 setback. Could we just say that I don't do it?
Hey, you never know what happens.
You
man.
never know.
You never know. Believe me. You have pulled
No.
crazier rolls.
Wrong ones, Dennis.
Wrong ones?
Yeah, you're rolling a little bit too much there.
It's set now for you, so re-roll.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. So you look up at the battle that is taking place on top of the platform, and you cannot get a good look because people are running into you. One of the like a straight blaster bolt shoots right by your head. You're just wondering where the hell that clone was shooting at. All you can see is a whirl of battle between Mace and Anakin Skywalker, and that's all you can glean from the situation. It's just chaos.
Okay. Well, if they're leaving, then I'm going to stand down my lightsaber and make my way to join them.
Okay. So you see as you let down your lightsaber, you see a few things. You do catch J.R. Doom, Greg's character, running off in a completely different direction from the others. You do catch a glimpse of Baran and his master going towards the Jedi Temple, like the hangar area, and then you see Kamatz, the Togruta, in the last bit of her display of protection, and she's with a couple other Jedi, Padawan and Master, and heading with them again towards the Jedi Temple hangar area.
Interesting. All right, I'll just catch up with Josh and his.
Sure. All right.
I'm sorry. What's your character, Josh? What's your character's name again?
Baran.
Baran.
Baran. I'll catch up with Baran.
All right. I think I've been saying it wrong this entire time. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
It's the accent.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baran.
Speak with the accident.
Yeah.
All right. So as you catch up to Baran and his master, you catch a glimpse of. You catch a glimpse of off to the side. There's a railing that leads to some of the lower levels of Coruscant. Not all the way down, obviously, but it's like the ground of the current floor. Somehow you see on that railing is a hand that is you see a hand that is up and grabbing like the railing, but whoever that hand belongs to is obviously hanging off the side somehow.
Is this Magnus?
Magnus, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Magnus, you see this.
I'll check it out.
All right. You head over. You break off from Baran and Malku, and you head over. You see a clone trooper who must have gotten bowled over or something in the chaos trying to get to the Jedi Temple, hanging on for his dear life. And he is. You can tell that the drop, if he were to fall, is more than fatal.
More than fatal. It would kill him a couple times over.
Exactly.
Nah, you die and then you become undead.
And he's one of the clone troopers that stood with Anakin, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. As far as you can tell, there are no clone troopers right now who are standing against Anakin. All the ones that you've seen so far are under his command.
I'll pull him up.
All right. Roll a coordination for me.
All
It'll
right.
be 2 difficulty.
2 difficulty.
And then again with the chaos around you, 1 setback.
And the setback is what in red dice, right?
No,
Setback is a
black.
die.
Black. Okay.
The red dice are challenge dice.
Okay. Understood.
So it'll be 2 purples and one black.
Now, one thing I do have a question for.
Yeah.
So I do have one of the white dice that I can roll with it. Is that like an optional thing?
If you have the force power to add to coordination, then you can go ahead and roll the force die along with that if you want. How that works is any pips that you use, either a light side or a dark side point, you can turn into an automatic either success or advantage.
God damn it.
Okay.
So yeah, you can roll your force along with that if you want.
If I really want to. Okay. All right. I'll just roll what I have.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow. Very nice. Well, you succeeded
Yeah.
at least.
That's good.
Yeah.
You reach down and you grab a hold of the clone trooper's wrist, and you begin to pull him up, and he kind of screams out, "Oh, thank you, thank you!" And you manage to get him up over the railing, and he plops down. On the ground, breathes a sigh of relief, and then stands up. He looks at you, sees your lightsaber by her side, and he just kind of tilts his head. He makes a comment saying, "You Jedi truly are the selfless ones here, I suppose." And then he runs off and joins. He runs off towards the direction of the Jedi hangar.
I'll just yell out, just remember that if you see me on the other side of a scope, not the fire.
Okay. At this point, those who are heading towards the hangar, you've made it to the hangar. You see the Jedi temple surrounded by more clone troopers. And Josh, Baran sees a few of the clone troopers who are in front of the hangar have familiar markings on their helmets. You recognize these as a few of the clone troopers that you fought alongside during your missions during the Clone Wars.
Okay. Which ones?
Let me bring up the guys that you
Or is it all of them?
We'll just say it's the core group. The group
Okay.
that you specifically led into battle.
Okay. All right. We'll approach them.
Okay.
I'll target Wallace. He's the commanding officer. I'll walk close enough up to them so I don't have to yell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming they're giving me the impression they don't want me to pass.
They're very neutral. From
Okay.
what you see, you can tell that they're letting a few of the Jedi into the hangar, but they're not letting any others into any other part of the building.
Okay. I guess I'll just start and just acknowledging. Wallace.
Baran? Commander
Please
Baran,
tell me Please tell me you don't have anything to do with this.
Sorry, sir, but orders are orders. This came from our superiors, unfortunately. So all we're told is we're allowed to let you leave. That's all, sir.
You will at least let me get my things, won't you?
We've been told that we aren't allowed to let any of the Jedi into their quarters, sir. Just they're allowed to leave, and that's it.
Wallace, we've done many good things together. You can't tell me that you won't let me into my quarters to grab my things before I leave.
Well, sir, we fought alongside each other, that's for sure. Got on a lot of missions, but I don't know if I could just disobey orders like that, sir. You know you wouldn't want me to disobey your orders on the battlefield, would you?
I'm gonna think, damn, he's good.
Roll your leadership now.
Are you sure? Okay.
I want to see this. His gonna be 3 difficulty, with 1 setback due to the chaos of the situation.
Okay, I can eliminate the setback.
Yeah, you can clear out the rest of the pool.
Okay. I think we're actually. Let me just check.
Wait, do you eliminate the setback?
I do.
Okay, then yeah, that's all good.
You know what? I'm not going to do my influence force power. I'm just going to do the normal roll.
Okay.
So I have respect for these men. They don't need me to coerce them that hard. Oh, we have a
Brain
failure.
rape.
Yeah,
Apparently, you did need to coerce them that hard.
that's okay. I'm kind of already thinking that they're probably right, and I really don't care about getting my stuff that badly.
You see Wallace's helmet just kind of like nod down a little in disappointment in what he's about to say.
Okay.
He looks back up at you, and you hear him say, "Sorry, sir. Orders are orders. Like I said, you wouldn't want me to disobey on the battlefield. And today, unfortunately, Coruscant is the battlefield."
I'll have Malku and I will start entering the hangar,
Yeah.
and as we pass by, I'll just make a quick comment to the whole group, and I'll just tell them, don't do anything stupid.
All right. Make that comment, and Colin Kamatz at this point would have gotten to the hangar as well, along with the few Jedi who accompanied you.
I'm sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
I have 2 boost die with my leadership that I didn't roll.
Damn. Should have remembered that.
It's all right. Go ahead.
Next time. Now you won't.
Yep, that's fine.
Right?
Go ahead.
All right. So you reach the hangar as well. Jack, you and or Keller and your master have reached the hangar as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Dennis is Magnus. You have followed up behind the clone that you saved, who took his place among the clones who are guarding the Jedi Temple. And you're at the hangar as well. Finally, Greg, J.R. Dune, you are heading towards the archive.
It's a long run.
It's a bit of a long run. You gotta hide a bit. Because you come up to one of the alternate doors of the Jedi Temple. And you see that the door is closed, and it is being guarded at this point by 3 clone troopers.
Well, let's try to see if I can actually use the Force.
You did say you could grip your lightsaber now.
Yeah, but I'd rather not actually, possibly die.
All right, fine.
First session down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can even generate enough actual Force power to use this thing. Oh God!
Oh shit!
Oh, that is so you.
You stand.
Oh God
Holy-
damn it!
And he's going to use all of it.
Just
The clones
wow.
the clones have not seen you yet. You call upon the power of the Force to see if you can slip past the clones and into the Jedi Temple to get to the archive. And you feel at once chaos and anger at what is going on right now, and desperation. You know that if you call upon the dark side, it will give you the power that you need. But is that a sacrifice that you are going to make in the name of the knowledge that you mean to save?
Yep.
Damn, son.
How many points are you using?
Let's see. You said there's 3 of them, right?
So you're gonna sign that contract?
Yeah, he is. He's like, I'm doing it.
He's like,
I'm
yep.
doing it. All right, so I have to use 1 right away for the actual power.
Yep.
And then I need to actually affect more than 1 of them, so I got to use an additional 1. So then I can actually hit all 3 of them at once. And
I mean, use all 5. Why not?
no, that's actually all I need to use. I only need to use 2.
All right.
Yeah.
2 Force pips.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say I probably have to use 3 just to make sure I can keep the range properly.
All right. 3.
I'm gonna be honest with that one.
Yeah. All right. Now describe how you come up to the clones at the door. Then.
Oh, this one's. I'm gonna play this one safe and actually just make it seem like I am completely invisible to all of their eyes.
All right.
And that even as I open the door behind them, it's as if the door doesn't even actually move to them.
Okay. You're adding that element of the.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be a door-sized illusion You might have to tap into those 2 remaining points.
How large is the door?
It's the silhouette 1. Does it start at silhouette 0 or?
Silhouette 1.
Okay, so you tap into the 4th dark side point to create the illusion of the door not opening, but you successfully. And at this point, actually, I would want you to roll a stealth check, but with the addition of the illusion, this would only be like 1 difficulty, just to make sure that the door doesn't creak open.
Of course. God damn it.
All right. So, you open the door, and it's a retracting door, and the illusion stays. You can tell the illusion stays, but as you run through, you can you notice one of the clones who looks back straight at you. He just mentioned you hear him mutter, "What was that?" And then the door closes.
That would be my luck.
You are free for a moment, but as you continue down the hallway, you hear the door open again.
Oh, also, to continue the duration, I am going to dedicate 2 of my dice
Do your force
to
check? Yeah, that's fine.
yeah
So
to continue the.
You continue. You're still invisible to those 3 troopers that you.
Yes.
As you run
Magic.
down the hallways, it's basically what
Space magic.
Influenced. How about that?
happens. Yeah. No, this isn't influence. This is illusion.
No, sure.
Yeah. So
This
you
is
make
a
your way-
misdirection.
Yeah, you make your way down the hallways and off to the Jedi archives. We'll say that you're there now. Pretty much everything is deserted in the Jedi Temple. You can see a few signs of struggle where Jedi who are still in the temple may have been dragged out by
Forcibly
force.
removed.
Yeah. But as you come up to the Jedi Archive itself, you do see a group of clones surrounding another Jedi who you recognize as the keeper of the archive, Jocasta Nu. A little old lady who said that if something's not in the archives, then it must not exist.
Oh.
Right at the entrance, you can tell that Jocasta is she's aiming to protect the archive at all costs, basically laying down her life for this duty, as far as she knows.
So how many clones are actually I'm assuming they're attacking her then?
Right now, it's not. Right now, it's more of a standoff. You hear the clones shout out to her. You are banished from the Jedi Temple. We will escort you to the hangar so you can leave on a ship. And she is standing defiantly, not saying a word. Ignites her lightsaber, and you can count that there are currently 8 clones.
Dude, download that data and get the hell out of there.
I can't defect that many clones.
Roll all the dark side.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't have a strong enough magnitude for that shit. God damn.
So do you really need to affect all of them, or do you need to really affect like 3 of them?
Well, I mean, as you can see, what my actual stealth is, it would very much help if I could affect all of them.
I'm just saying, Greg. You could just affect a few of them to attack each other.
That was gonna be my next thing. So let's at least see what I can actually muster up, and see if.
I swear, if it's this freaking dark.
If it's the dark side again, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. I have to go dark side at this point. Oh,
Oh,
God
It's rough.
damn it.
It's rough.
Okay. Okay, I
Yep.
can work with this.
uh-huh.
It's gonna hurt a little bit, but I won't use all three. I'll only use one of the dark side pips.
All right. So 1 light side and 1 dark side pip. That's 5 total that you've used on the first session.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Dan,
Yeah.
isn't it that you also take strain when you use dark?
You do also take strain when you use the dark side point. So at this point, you would have taken 5 strain damage.
I'm at 9 strain.
I was only gonna bring it up if he kept on using it time and time again.
Oh, okay. Well, it seems like he will. So
Yeah.
And as of right now, I'm kind of. It kind of sucks being alone.
yeah.
I am not a fighter.
Like I said, the beginning of your personal story. So.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. So what I am going to do is going to make it so that one of the clone troopers is actually going to notice that the clone to their right.
Yeah.
So, instead of actually holding up their blaster to attack, they end up actually they start pulling out their own lightsaber and ignite it, and they actually it looks like they turn on their own actual allies.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So, you manipulate the image, and only one of these clones sees what's going on. He's gonna have to roll a discipline check to see if he can see through this, or if he falls prey to the misdirection.
So if he's rolling discipline, it would be against my discipline, correct?
In this
That's the
case,
difficulty?
it's a little bit different. In this case, it's going to be against the situation because your ability affects him. Like he sees, this is what he sees. It's just a matter of whether he's going to shoot immediately or confront his partner. So it's not going to be against your discipline. It's going to be against the situation. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah. So he is going to roll his discipline. Difficulty of 3.
Ah!
All right. So, you craft the illusion, and you see the clone who you meant to target. He looks to his side. He just kind of says, "What are you doing?" And he brings his blaster up and he shoots the clone next to him in panic, thus setting off a chaotic set of dominoes. Let's see.
A chaotic chain reaction.
Yeah. Let's see if Jocasta uses this situation to her advantage. I believe she will. And she
hope
will
so.
her attack.
Jocasta is Sukasta.
You see Jocasta immediately jump into action. Her lightsaber ignites. And you see her jump into action against 2 of the clone troopers who are standing. Like if they're like in a semicircle in front of her, she goes basically to one side and strikes 2 of them down instantly. Just in the 2 quick, clean swipes. 1 down, 1 up. And she stands there ready for the next shot. The rest of the clones are in a little bit of a chaotic situation as well, so they're going to have to roll diplomacy. Not diplomacy, discipline. Okay. The rest of the clones you see keep they keep their blasters trained on the clone who shot the other, but they do not shoot him. Instead, the clone who shot his brother looks down at the body, the illusion having been lifted, and just looks back up, saying, "I swear he had a lightsaber."
Fun.
What are you going to be doing next?
Well, it worked once. Doesn't mean it won't work again. Oh, hey, you want to?
I mean, technically, you just run and get your shit and get out. You don't really need to mess with them.
They're basically right in my way.
Oh, are they? I thought they were behind you.
They were at
No,
the door of the archive, which he still needs to enter.
Oh, he's not. Oh, I thought he was already in there.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, no, I haven't been able to get to the archive. I can't get inside of it yet.
Yeah.
I understand.
So that's why
That's
I have
a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, we can run with that roll though. You have 2 points, 2 light side pips, and a dark side pip.
Yes, with just the 2, I'm going to use the light side only.
Or 3.
Trying not to go down that path. Trying real hard.
You could have fooled me. I don't know.
Look, this is going to be my freaking luck, okay? So, oh, frick. This time, actually, I'm going to have it where the trooper that actually shot, the illusion's going to be cast over him for one of the other actual clones.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's going to actually look like he himself is actually going to start turning on his own and starts... the illusion's going to make it look like he's starting to fire on all of them.
Okay. All right. So the one that you're affecting will make his own discipline check. He succeeds. He immediately puts the barrel of his blaster against the temple of the clone that you put the illusion over. He still sees the illusion, but instead he just commands that clone to get on the ground immediately. That clone does. You see Jocasta kind of standing at the ready, but unsure of what's going on. And you see your opening to get into the archive.
Oh, perfect. On that note, then, I'm going to try this one more time. Okay, you need to clear that out. Damn it. Instead, I'm going to try maybe hiding around a corner instead. and try to wait for a much larger opening for a moment.
All right, we're gonna leave you for the moment then.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, and we're going back to the group who was in the hangar. And what happens here is basically there are a few clones who are directing all the Jedi who are gathered here onto one large ship. If anyone has a ship, if anyone is stationed off planet, then your ship might be in this hangar. But for all others, they're all just being marshaled into regular transport.
So can I get on my other ship then? My own?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go do that.
All right.
Is it oh jeez. Is it a Jedi Starfighter? What kind of ship is it?
Oh damn, we didn't talk about this. The ship that
forgot what there. Hold on one second.
Starfighter. If it were a starfighter, it would be considered. The clones would probably consider it Republic property. So I'm trying to think of what you or Malku might have that would be like a Jedi ship and not a Republic ship.
Well, I mean, as far as I'm aware, the Jedi ships were their own ships. They're not Republic ships. You know what I mean? Like they
Okay.
trying to hold on.
Yeah.
Let me pull up what the hell they were called. Here we go. The Aether Sprites. That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's what you wanted to go with or not. You know, they would have to like go up and attach to the docking rings and
Yeah, right.
jump to hyperspace.
Yeah. Those were the ones that were docking in the Venator ships, though, right?
They can dock in the Venator ships, yeah. Mhm.
I'm gonna say for now your ship isn't in the hangar because the ship that you fly would be the one that you fly in a battle is something that would probably still be on like one of the Venator ships, and you would have come down here on like a transport instead of coming to Coruscant in your attack ship, if you know what I mean.
Well, not really, because that's what the Jedi used to fly around with. But that's fine with me. That's what transport did you want to use?
We'll hash that out at another time. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna be a big deal. We can just
Yeah.
say it's a. Yeah, that's fine.
For now, we'll just say that you're on the transport with the others. We can get the ship situation figured out at that time.
Baran really doesn't want to be on that ship. Technically, he doesn't want to be on a ship that has everyone on it that could be blown out of the sky.
Right. Okay. You suggest
Kamatz actually would instinctually be interested in finding other transportation as well.
You
knowing
mentioned this to Ryder, to your master,
Mhm,
and
yeah.
he looks down at you. It's like it is a tactical mistake to have everyone leaving in one ship. If you can manage to find us another in this hangar, then we'll leave in another.
I'm sure there's another ship in here, isn't there?
There's several, but the clones are kind of like directing everyone towards the one.
What's the next closest? I'm just gonna walk to the next closest one.
Okay.
I'm operating on I can do this until someone says no.
All right. Let me roll. Let's see. I think I could see you doing like a leadership for this. So roll a leadership check.
Okay. Is it cleared out this time?
Let me make sure. One quick second.
Okay.
Yes, it's cleared out. So it's gonna be 3 difficulty.
Okay. Make sure I get all this right this time.
Yeah, make sure you get those boosts for you.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what you got here.
Well, I won't need the force on this.
Okay. So you have the 4 successes and the 3 threats. So as you're casually walking up to the ship that's next to it, you notice that the one you're walking to is kind of a little bit beat up and doesn't have the best weapon armament, but it is open, and the clones who are guarding that one just kind of take a look at you, and they ask you, what are you doing coming up to this ship, sir? And you don't even like talk to them. You just walk right past them.
Okay.
Up the ramp of the ship and onto it, and they just
Okay.
stand in bewilderment.
Okay.
The others who are in the hangar, so Kmatz, Magnus, and Kaller, you all see him do this.
I'll follow.
If I see the success of this, I will definitely just start like if he so confidently walks on and they don't even move yet, I'm gonna be like, well, fuck yeah, I'm going that direction.
That's right, man.
So as you walk to the clones are just like, I guess they authorized this one for transport as well.
They did now.
Muttering to each other like that.
Cool. I get. Well, everyone who's all on here now?
Yeah.
No,
I
just
am.
Kamats. He's the one who's going to the.
Kamats, and you.
Your master as well. He was walking kind of behind.
Keller?
You. He sees you. Your master saw you like walk up. And
Yeah.
He's just like, that's my Padawan, and follows along.
Keller is here too.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just missing Jay and Magnus then. Well, obviously we're not technically a group yet. I'm out of the three of us. Who has piloting?
I think I might.
Okay.
Let me double check.
Had I
Yeah,
been there, I
probably.
do too.
Okay.
I'm actually trained in it.
Maybe you'll show up as the engines are warming up.
Yes, I have A rank in piloting
Hey, okay, that's more than 0. So
for
Yeah.
planetary.
I'll let you.
Oh.
Planetary.
He can get us off planet, I'm guessing.
But I do have the check mark next to.
Next to
space.
the planet. Okay.
So that means it's a career skill, which means it's cheap for you to buy, but you don't have it.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's okay. Jake, you can pilot, man.
okay.
Warm those engines up.
Warming the ship up.
Mm.
And let's see.
Actually, you know what, Dan?
Yeah?
I don't have any ranks in it yet, but I have a lot of dice. Could I do an astrogation check to figure out where the Venator is that I serve on is? So I assume they would have left us with like, this is where we're going kind of thing.
Sure. I'll let you do a astrogation check. Do you have a rank in it?
No, I just have 4 green die.
You have the intelligence. All right. In that case, let's see. It would be 3 difficulty if you do the
Okay.
astrogation check. And I'll give
Sure.
you a setback because you aren't actually trained in it, so you're kind of working with new,
Sure. Yeah.
like equipment.
Okay. Okay.
What do we got?
Success and disadvantage.
Okay. So you succeed. You remember hearing that they were talking about like heading to a planet, like a specific planet that would be the next step in the Clone Wars after this
Mhm.
event.
Okay.
But you know that in order to get on the ship, you are going to have to confront, like, you're gonna have to confront some great amount of clones who are now kind of like not gonna allow you to come on.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where your ship would be, but
Mhm.
it's
Okay.
gonna be difficult to get it back if you go for it now.
Sure.
And
That's
in
fine.
that case, let's see here. Keller, Jack.
Yes.
I'm going to leave it up to you to determine what planet you guys are going to be heading to next with a survival check.
Okay. That's
So
my
you're-
speciality.
You're all like you three along with.
I feel out the force for where we should go.
You three along with Josh's.
Did the Force consent?
John's master are on the
Oh, it always does.
ship, trying to figure out. Okay, so we're gonna be getting banished here. Where the hell do we go next? You're trying to talk out like what your strategy is, and at this point, I'll let you do your survival check.
So, do I just roll the dice pool that's
So
on
what
the
you
sheet?
do is you set the dice pool up with the number of green and yellow dice that you have.
Yes, I have one of each.
What was that?
I have one of each.
Okay. Click off of the yellow dice pool because I only see one in there. There we go. Okay, that's uploaded. It is gonna be a 3 difficulty check. So you just knock the purple dice up 3 times, or you can
Okay.
type it in if you want. Then click off the field and that'll upload it to the system, and then you can press that picture of the D20.
How'd it go?
No, not great.
Succeed.
Not
Not
great.
well.
But-
And disadvantage.
Speciality, my ass.
I only have one rank in it.
Yeah, well, that doesn't help. He has two for his attribute.
So you're trying to figure out. You're thinking to yourself, like, what planets would work well. This has this sort of environment. This has the other, but there's nothing that would specifically draw you to any of them. You're kind of.
I just look at my master and I'm like, where should we go?
You look at your master, and he looks over to Master Malku, and they just kind of nod to each other, and they both say Deveron. Malku pipes up a little bit more, and he's saying, Deveron is the home of another Jedi temple that was abandoned during the Clone Wars when one of the Sith assassins killed all the Jedi who lived there. But for the most part, from what we can tell, it is now abandoned, and it'll be large enough to house a large amount of people. But it is out of the way, and it will not be bothered by these sovereign, as they call themselves.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right.
Is that within the core world?
It's just it is like just outside the core rim, so it's very close to Coruscant with regards to like the larger galaxy.
Okay, I'm just curious if I could like take a check in my core world's knowledge to see if I knew anything about it.
Yeah, sure. I'd let you.
Or, yeah,
Two
okay.
different-
2 difficulty?
Yeah.
Okay.
The GM pool is empty. Yeah, we're good.
Alright.
Nice.
Well, you made it harder on yourself.
Whole bunch of. You do also get a try. You do also have a triumph. So from the success, you can tell that you remember the planet in like some of your studies, and hearing a few things here and there in your travels as well. It's a very lush, verdant world. A lot of forest and jungle, and the Jedi Temple specifically. You remember hearing that it was in the middle of like a forest area, so it wasn't nearly as like high and cosmopolitan as the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. It was more of like a temple that was like set back away from any villages, a lot more solitary. For the threat, you do remember hearing specifically about the assassin who attacked at the planet. He was a very large, yellow and black skinned Zabrak, who would later end up being Darth Maul's apprentice. He was the one who attacked the Jedi Temple on Deveron, and killed the Jedi who were stationed there. And from what you remember, you do not know whether or not he's still there. You do have the triumph as well, so I'll let you decide what the triumph is.
I mean, I'm still new to this, triumph stuff, so
Imagine
that...
triumph as a combination of a critical hit
Mm-hmm.
and a whole
Roleplay
bunch of
element.
advantage in this system, where the more advantage you have, it's like a side benefit that you get. But since triumphs are rare and they're only on yellow dice, triumphs are like really big.
Okay.
Potentially story-changing events that you get to choose.
Yeah, so I would be hopeful in convincing these people not to go to a place that we, may or may not get attacked by a Zabrak that, I've known to be hanging out with Darth Maul. and probably suggest we find a new idea that isn't so hide under a rocky. And
The two Jedi Masters do turn to you and they nod. Malchus pipes up. Your concern is noted. However, we from what we can tell, that threat has been eliminated, and we no longer have to worry about Maul and his apprentice.
Oh, from what you can tell.
They have been holed up on the planet Mandalore, currently embroiled in a civil war on the planet.
Well, if you insist, I suppose. This will be the day I die here.
All right, Dennis, your character is still in the hangar, correct? Magnus?
Dennis.
You
Said he would be right back, but
Oh, okay.
I mean that was like half an hour ago.
I was gonna say, I was assuming he'd be back by now.
We send him a quick text. In the meantime,
Yeah, go to Greg, I guess.
Yeah, Greg.
Hiding around the corner.
You see, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, and well, actually, if Dennis is not here, we can continue on. So you're hiding.
I'm here.
Oh, Dennis.
Hey, there he is. Back to Dennis.
Dennis, your character has been in the hangar. You see a few of the Padawan and a couple of Jedi Masters walk up to an alternate transport, including Malku and Baran.
Now, how did I get here on this planet?
You had saved the clone trooper who was hanging off the edge, and then you followed him and the rest of the Jedi who were walking over to the hangar.
No, I'm just saying, how did I originally get on planet? Did I come here on?
You would have come. Let's see. You would have come on a transport similar to Baran and Malku, because they were also coming from their Clone War campaign. And
Okay, so that means that some clone troopers most likely brought me here.
Yeah, basically, you were been escorted along with a small number of other Jedi.
Okay, and now they have new orders.
Yeah.
So I'm stranded.
Well, they're letting people, like, they're kind of funneling as many Jedi that are standing down onto one transport in the hangar. It's a like a large, like, almost freighter transport.
Wait, so okay, let me ask this question. So are they letting a whole bunch of Jedi onto one ship and then gonna like let them leave?
That's what they're saying. Like, you remember hearing Quinlan Voss and several of the clone troopers say that any Jedi who wish to leave peacefully will be let go, but any who wish to stand for the Republic against the Sovereign will be captured.
All right. Do I know anyone else who was getting on that shuttle?
On the shuttle, on the larger shuttle,
Yes.
The only people you would know are other Padawan that you know as acquaintances. You see a few getting onto the shuttle, and you don't really know where the rest of the ones that you remember are.
Okay. I am not getting on that shuttle.
All right.
And for if I come if an acquaintance kind of like walk past me as he's going on there, I'll just nod to him. No.
All right. Roll a charm check.
Which check? I'm sorry.
Charm.
Okay. Oh, can I just say I failed? Hold on. I'll roll it for.
Roll. If you want to do a leadership, I would do that too. It shouldn't be too difficulty.
Okay.
Either or will work in this sort of case.
Okay. I'll do it for Shiggles.
Just to see what happens.
Yep. Yes. Because this is gonna be terrible. Not terrible, but terrible. All right. Let's see. Leadership versus charm. You said. Oh, hey, I'm on equal footing.
Oh, really?
Let's yeah. So let me go ahead and make it a charm thing because I
Okay.
am not charming at all.
2 damage.
Gotcha.
It might not even be that bad.
All right.
Never
So
mind.
you like shake your head at
Almost.
at the guy that you're trying to get with you, and he just like gives you like a sour look. He's like, what are you talking about? We need to get off the planet. What are you gonna try to do? Stand here and fight?" And he just turns around and gets on the transport.
All right. I'll just let him go on the transport, and I'll look at other avenues of leaving.
Yeah, and this would be at the point that you
Look at him.
see first Baran and his master. They like walk up to this transport, to a smaller transport vehicle, and rush right past a couple of clone troopers and right on up into the ship. And following him are Kamatz and then Kaller and his master as well.
All right. I'll try to walk towards the ship.
All right.
See if I can board without saying anything to anybody. I'll walk past the troopers.
The two troopers are like talking to each other. You hear a quick clip of their conversation, and they're just, no one told us that this one was authorized. What's going on? Is your comms out or something? And then you quietly slip past and up the ramp.
Okay. I was gonna try to use force power on them if I had to, because I took influence
Oh sure.
for. So, if one of them look at me and just gonna say, "I think you're looking at something else."
Let's give you a chance to flex your wings here as you're like walking up the plank.
You may have to advise me on how this works, but it's I am doing the emotion / belief control.
Yeah, definitely. So as you walk up the ramp, you've already passed them, but as you're walking up the ramp, you hear one of them call out to you, "Hey, sir, who gave authorization for you to be using these ships?" And you see one of them walking up, and he's kind of like below you on the ramp, just standing there waiting for your reply.
Okay. I was just gonna tell them I'm on the list
All right,
as I wave my finger.
So to use a force power, the die in the middle is your force rating. So you raise that to whatever your force rating is. If you have 1, then obviously 1 or 2. If you have any extras.
Okay, so I selected my force rating. Okay, done.
Click off of the field there to update it. All right, now you roll. If everything else is blank, does the influence power?
It says there's opposed discipline versus discipline check.
Okay.
Influence
So
power
you would
check.
add, yeah. So you would add. Jesus, where can I speak?
Would I add my discipline to it?
Yeah, add your discipline to it. Let's see.
Okay.
And then their discipline is going to be 2 difficulty for this one. So you'd add 2 purple dice.
Okay.
And
let's see.
Because of the situation, they've been basically told to like mistrust any Jedi. I'm gonna give you 1 setback, so 1 black die. And then you press the D20 symbol in the middle there.
Okay, let me just make sure I get everything else right. If the user spends, and is that a light side, dark side?
Yeah. So if you use if your roll comes up with only dark side points, in order to do the actual influence, you'd have to step into the dark side, which will give you strain damage as well as conflict. In a normal game, you would have to use a destiny point in order to use dark side points as well, but I'm skipping the destiny for this session so we can move on.
We make our own destiny.
All right, here we go.
So yeah, make a roll. All right. So you succeed with a couple of threat, but that's if you use the dark side, one of the dark side points.
Okay, I can opt not to, right?
No, he would succeed without the dark side.
No, he's using the force power. So if he doesn't use one of those dark side points, he doesn't use the force power.
Okay, so I need to at least use one.
In order to activate the influence power, you need to use 1 point. Yeah.
All right, so I use it. So what did I do? I take a strain for it?
Take 1 strain, and you would take 1 conflict.
Okay.
And then describe how you're influencing his motions to get basically get what you want here.
Okay, I just told him I'm on the list. You should go check.
All right. So you do the little like wave thing, and you feel as you're accessing the force here to brush off his inquiry. You feel like impatience and annoyance and just general anger at the situation that you're being forced off of the capital planet. And you utter the words, "I'm on the list." He just kind of shakes his head and looks down at his gun and is like, I guess he was authorized. He was on the list. He goes back and mentions it to his partner. And then you're free to walk up the ramp into the ship.
All right, I'll walk into the up the ramp into the ship and just say to myself, I don't even know if there is even a list.
Baran, you see Magnus, one of the other Jedi Padawans that you've done a couple of missions with, join you on your ship here. And
Magnus.
Apparently, I was on the list. I'll sit next to him.
I'll be confused for a second. What list?
Exactly. I wouldn't get on that other transport if I was anybody else.
It is a big mistake getting on that ship.
Yes, that's why I am on this one.
And at this point, you see everyone who's on the ship who's like at it like a viewpoint. You see bursting through one of the doors in the hangar. You see a pale, scarred face fellow Padawan bursting through the door with the holocron, with basically a bit of a lump in his robe as he's running back to try to catch one of the transports. Greg.
Let's guide him in our direction.
Wait, hold on. Hey, Dan, hold on 1 second. Did you say we see him holding a holocron?
No, you don't see the holocron. You see him like kind of holding something to his stomach and his robe.
It pokes out. It pokes out and looks like a hologram.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is there a perception check here, or what are we talking about?
Go ahead, actually.
Okay.
Roll a stealth check first.
Oh wow, yeah.
Kamatsu would definitely be sizing him up
one,
too.
Whichever one you choose.
What's the wait? Did what now?
Stealth or skullduggery, one of the two.
Oh, skullduggery is much higher.
All right.
Against what?
Be 2 difficulty.
You gonna pickpocket him?
No, I'm not gonna pickpocket him.
I said it's Greg gonna pickpocket him.
Oh yeah.
So
well, he's fumbling with it clearly.
Yeah, you're fumbling with your payload here. And
Okay.
This is way too much effort for me to have to put into a lot of this stuff.
Who's looking at this? Make a perception check with 2 difficulty and a boost, as he like stumbles and something flashy kind of makes it out.
Boom!
Whoa.
Okay.
I can't hide anything from you.
Yeah, Josh. Braun looks. He sees this comedy of errors as it spills out of the door, and you can clearly see whoever this guy is. He has a holocron in his robes.
I'm gonna stand up for us to group.
Yeah.
We need to get that bumbling idiot on the ship. Magnus, can you make sure he's on the list?
All right, I'll go down there. I'll go to
you
I'll go down
there,
tourism.
and one of you see the clone trooper that you had spoken to. He's just kind of like hand on his head, like what's going on here? I don't understand. Well,
I'll have my arm. I'll escort.
He's on the list.
I'll escort him, that guy with me
Yeah.
with the robes. I'll just throw my arm around him and I'm gonna say, "You're on the list. It's your lucky day."
What?
As I'm bringing him towards our ship.
What?
Yeah, I imagine like your arm goes around while he's going for the transport. You just totally nope. And
Yep. It's like, nope.
Pretty
You're
much
on the
what
list.
happens.
yep.
All right, so you bring J.R. Dune onto the ship.
I don't have a holocron at all. What are you talking about?
Nice, perfect. You escort him onto the ship. The two clone troopers are still at this point. They're basically just walking away, wondering why no one else is coming onto the ship because there's plenty of Jedi.
They're not on the list.
And you get on the ship, and so Baran, you see Magnus walk onto the ship with the bumbling idiot, as you say, as you put it.
Yes. Yeah.
Holding this giant lump in his robe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take great care of that.
Plan 2.
Can I would actually like to look around and see if, because I didn't see them during the whole ceremony, if Tommy or Lana is around.
Oh right, yeah, I did forget about them. There's supposed to be a big thing with them too, naturally. You see them in line to get on the larger transport.
Okay.
There's a bit of a like a crowd just waiting to get on. They're all being just ferried like cattle by the clones onto this larger ship, and you do catch sight of both of them.
Okay. Well, I'll leave the transport and go over there to tell them to come over to our ship.
All right. You walk up to them, and they both like. Nolano sees you and just breathes a sigh of relief. She just says, "Oh, I was so worried. I didn't know what had happened to you. What if you had fought against the uprising or not? I know you're a bit hot-headed sometimes, but I didn't think you would do that." You see Tommy just kind of like with a frown and a bit of a grimace on his face, just kind of shaking his head and wondering, where all this came from. Nolano runs up and gives you a hug.
Okay, I'll hug her.
Yeah.
And then I'll clearly you're confused. You sure you weren't thinking about Tommy being the hot-headed one?
Tommy looks up at that and just says like, "I ain't that stupid."
If you want to believe that, this way.
This way, where are we going?
This transport. Now, it's not wise to have everyone on the same ship.
Roll a charm
Okay.
with it'll be 2 difficulty and you get a boost because they're good friends.
Show him the smile.
There you go.
All right. Is there something you want to use the advantage for? Basically, Tommy walks up to you and he just says, "I'm not so sure we should leave our masters. They're already on the ship. We gotta get on. We gotta get out of here."
I suppose I can't convince him that we will meet them at the same place anyways, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, you could try and tell him the planet that you're planning on going to.
All right, I'll tell him. I'll let him know what planet we've set a destination for.
Right. You let Tommy know, and Nolano is listening. She just kind of nods her head. And she's, are you sure you're not coming with us? We might be separated for a long time. I don't know what's gonna happen after this.
I'm gonna look around and look confused for a second.
Yeah.
You could come with me though.
You see her thinking a little bit. She looks at Tommy. Tommy's just kind of puts his hands up. Why don't you make a leadership check this time?
Okay.
2 difficulty.
Don't do that. Okay, clear that. Okay.
Use the advantage from the previous thing to give you a boost on this one.
Well, no, the previous... The fact that he got 3 advantage on the previous roll is letting him get this leadership check anyways. All right.
Well, too bad. He already succeeded.
So Nolano bites her lip a little bit, and she looks over at Tommy, and she just says, "Look, you know, all this chaos. I'm not quite sure if we'll ever see each other again if we leave now. We should both really go with Baran and his master on their transport." He kind of like looks over at the larger transport with all the people being ferried up to it, and looks down, shakes his head, and puts his arms wide, and just says, "Let's go."
Okay. As we're walking back, I'll just don't worry, Tommy. We'll be right next to him.
Caller just kind of pops his head out and is like, "Are we going?"
I'm gonna like spin it up.
All right, you get back onto the ship with Milano and Tommy, and the ramp raises, and you get clearance from the like control tower to head out off planet.
Okay.
You hear a cloned voice as it gives you like the clearance, and a little bit of a pang of regret and sadness as to what went down today, and you head into hyperspace to make your way to planet Deveron, and that is where I will end it tonight.
Cool.
Did the other shuttle make it?
Find out next time.
Nope.
Find out next time.
Jedi Civil War. Have a good night, everyone.
Yes. Take care, guys.
Good night.